Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, and welcome to the special, very long part, I suppose. It is the Edgeworth trial.
Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. Does the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail he didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. Alright, here it is. Edgeworth's testimony. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. Luckily, I remember what to do here. Yay! No more grasping blindly. That might happen later, though.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events.
Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. This is very interesting. I don't know if you noticed in the picture we got, back when we got the DL6 files, when we saw the picture, when they showed the picture of Edgeworth's body, there's certain something that's really off. There's a single gunshot, then a scream. Alright. Let's show this out. So there was only one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
It must have been scary. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. Good job showing Edgeworth his dead father's body. But alright, whatever. There is a clear contradiction between your testimony and this picture. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
What do you mean, contradiction?
As always, the judge is clueless. Check out the elevator door. Not sure if you guys noticed this before, but what is that right there? As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see a bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Miles Edgeworth testifies that there was only one gunshot. However, according to this photograph, not one but two shots were fired. One shot hit the victim, the other hit the elevator door. I ask you then, why did Miles Edgeworth only hear one gunshot?
This photograph does seem to confirm a second shot. However, when was the hole in the elevator made? Might have been there before the incident occurred. If it was there before, it has nothing to do with this incident. Mr. Wright, do you have proof that this bullet hole was caused at the time of the incident?
Oh, I'm not sure about this. I don't think I do. It's really unfortunate. Because it's a bullet hole, but... Wait a minute, hold on. Yep, there we go, okay. Yes, I do. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. What do you have that proves the bullet hole in the door was related to this?
See, it's iffy, but hold on. Yep, Your Honor, the answer is in this file.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence. Unless you can tell us what page it's on, just like all the other ones. Which page shows the link between this bullet hole?
The victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. Do 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 do. I have this song on my iPod, by the way.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course. Who else?
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary? That's on page 1.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Was it now? I wonder about that.
Order. I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. The murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karmas says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
God, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. No, you weren't, idiot. Nick! If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it, I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick.
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. Our shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention?
Oh my goodness, hold on, there's like people yelling outside and it's really annoying me. I'm gonna shut my window. Yeah, I didn't pause the recording, so what? It's just gonna be longer now. Gonna have to wait in suspense while I wait for me to click. Oh no. He's confessing.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now! Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
Yeah, I have an objection! Your Honor. I object!
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object,
Oof. Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Ah! It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it.
Seems waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It exists.
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
What? Who?
The murderer.
The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet? Why would he?
Huh?
First of all, how would we have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
I'm pretty sure he had to find it. Of course there was a need. That's why he took it.
Bah, what possible reason could he have had?
Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with him is... No, he didn't. Oh my goodness, he didn't need it. Oh, I just remembered. Okay, whatever. Well, the murderer was a very cautious sort, you see. That's why the murderer had to search for the bullet. He didn't have to, that's the thing.
If that was the case, then he would have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
Huh?
Why would he only take one of the 2 shots fired?
Oh, right.
Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? Gonna have to penalize you.
No! But I remember, he didn't need it. He didn't need it. I'm sorry, I messed up. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Ugh. Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but, murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer himself was shot? And he left with the second bullet still inside? Thus leaving only 1 bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean
the murderer came from outside, yes. The 2 men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. Pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. Boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Lay it on me. Remember what Mr. Grosberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? I think we should save it for a better time. I don't remember, but I think we should save it. Wait, I don't have enough proof yet. This is my trump card. I'd better save it for the right time.
Mr. Wright, something the matter?
I'm fine, Your Honor.
Shall we carry on with the trial then, That's it, we have no further to go. All that is left is the finish. In other words, the verdict.
What? Not yet.
Think, Mr. Wright. You have said that someone from the outside was the murderer. Yet you cannot...
Oh, I should have said it. Oh well.
Which means your conjecture is worthless. And will be rejected, of course.
Nick! Now's no time to be holding on to that trump card. The trial's almost over. Alright, I may not know what I'm doing, but here goes. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking.
For what?
Von Karma!
Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? Sitting right there? Bah! You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick! Let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? The bullet has to be somewhere, but where?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
I can. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much.
What?
The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Thank you, Gumshoe. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. Oh, what's wrong? Are you frightened?
I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means... You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Order!
Your Honor, the defense requests that we allowed to use that metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of piracy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. What now? It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. I do believe we just won. Mr. Von Karma? You! It was you!
I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
Oh, come on. What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is you who must prove something here, Mr. Wright, not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's soldier was from
his soldier? He has an army? He is Dracula.
Of course he can. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
Oh, you think so, don't you? It's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. Oh, wait. I do believe...
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close. One day away from freedom. You see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would have dug your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. All thanks to little Maya.
That's... bullet? Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
Oh, that was a flashback, wasn't it? My bad. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets, and if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? And he's freaking out now, because we just knifed him. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air! Get away! Get away from my father! There it is. Boom. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Mr. Von Karma?
Flashback power.
Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me!
So, it was you. Oh! That can't be healthy.
Your father's chained me with a penalty on my record, and you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death!
And then concussion and he dies because he's banging his head against the wall. Idiot.
Mr. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I'd ever known. Me, penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. Must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black, the lights must have gone out. I went out in the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button and nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all laying unconscious from the oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was my destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. But very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. That's right, you weren't guilty, Edgeworth. That is all. The court is adjourned.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He was pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. Of course, this won't come back to bite us in the butt later on. Huh, it was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. No, that word, I see, but every time I try to say that word, it just burns in my throat, and it just doesn't work. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Oh, God! I'm coughing up blood now. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Ugh. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. Dear. Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. He just offered us all instant ramen. That's how you say thank you. I see. Woo! I feel foolish. You look foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all. What are you doing here? Nada. Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Let me guess. Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. Let me guess. Your girlfriend. You don't look sick. It's Keonce. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. Dang, France hates you, doesn't it? She's leaving me behind. Larry. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you.
Hurry, Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal.
Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, no, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think he'll be fine, Larry. Though he may only be able to afford prison food. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Uh-huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick? Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38? No! No! Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored. He came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Wright, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this is sure an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Gah. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, I'd call you a goody two-shoes to the extreme. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. The death sentence for both of you! Man, if I had only known, I'd have become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch, right? Hey, y'all. Line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go.
And after that, dinner on me!
Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, although Edgeworth was still in detention. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? Still only 5? Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? Gah! The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! To the station! Dun-dun-dun. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I am the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around into daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. You bet. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6, but you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma, and you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm gonna complete my training and come back. Okay. I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, bye. Bye. Aww. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page, and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins, with the same old crazy cast of characters.
Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur! Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim?
Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. And here it is, the credits. Sorry if you see like a little pause there. My roommate walked in, but it's cool, because he's cool.
Hey pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down the precinct to wish me a Happy New Year. Talk about a pleasant surprise.
Whoop! Detective Gumshoe!
Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
I hope you all enjoyed the craziness of this game. It's all done. You should stay. You should stay to watch things, because all this is cool. Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy is a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Do you ever learn? Dear Lord, Larry. This is like the third girl who leaves to different countries and states and... Who, Wright? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Yeah, you have done nothing, Payne, because you're a pain and you're so... Bleh. Let's not talk about him anymore and hope to God we never see him again. Phoenix Wright? The defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. These people are brilliant, the people who made this game, to think of all these crazy-ass stories.
Ahem! Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright? Ah, yes, Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Really, do you say anything else? Is that your catchphrase now? You're gonna keep repeating that for the rest of time? It gets kind of annoying. Oh dear. Phoenix Wright? He an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Yeah. Go on. Talk. I'm not doing that. But apparently Hammer has a box DVD set. Good for him.
I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know? Relax, they'll be excited to how manly you are. They'll be like, oh, I want to be like Will Powers and his manly lion's mane of hair and chest hair of awesomeness.
Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but I didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She said she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at, anyway? She's living in a feudal-style Japanese village that is near mountains. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. Alright. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess stew. Ugh, what a dog. It's kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age. Wow. Oh wait, doesn't... No, he doesn't, does he? No. No, that would be stupid. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Huh, me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real? Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. And speaking of photographs... Oh, come on, they're gonna show the photograph, right? Yeah, they do. Give it time, you'll see it, it's really cool. Yeah, there it is. It's Mia, yay! Maya, that sign's kinda crooked. Where'd you get that? Oh, you must have got it from whoever keeps throwing it in the courtroom. CAPCOM! That's it, the extra long episode is not, but the game is not over yet. We have one last case to delve into. This one's also a doozy. But there it is. We have one more case to do. Thank you all for watching. We'll continue on next time on episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.